Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Once upon a time there lived a beautiful queen. Once, she made the window accidentally prick her finger with a needle and a drop of blood fell on. The snow lay on the windowsill. That seemed to her beautiful red color of blood on the white cover of the queen sighed and said, "Oh, how I wish I could have rebёnochka white as snow, face with red as blood, lips and curls black as pitch," and soon she gave birth to a girl, Caucasian, with red as blood, and hair black lips. Jet the queen called her Snow White. Unfortunately, the queen soon died, leaving the baby. Some time later the king married again. The new queen was selfish and vain and not engaged in Snow White. She spent much time in front of a magic mirror, every day asking, "You answer my mirror. Who on earth all the sweeter, all the more beautiful and whiter?" And the mirror always replies, "You, my queen, all the more beautiful in the world." The answer pleased the queen, but not for long. The next day she asked the same question. More than anything, it frightened that mirror find someone more beautiful than she. Meanwhile, Snow White grew up and became every day more and more beautiful. Once the queen, as usual, I asked the magic mirror, "You answer my mirror, who on earth all the sweeter, all the more beautiful and whiter?" A mirror in her response, "You're the queen, fine. But Snow White is all the sweeter, all the more beautiful and whiter." The queen was seriously angry and immediately wondered how to get rid of Snow White. Queen secretly called one of the royal hunters. "Take Snow White into the forest and throw it there, yes. Do so that she could not find the way back," the queen ordered. Hunter led off the Snow White on the other end of the kingdom and left her there alone in the dense forest. Snow White was very scared. She wanted to cry first, however. She decided to look for a place to sleep. She walked the forest until you come across the tiny cabin. She knocked on the door but no one answered. Then she went into the hut. There she saw the table, and on it the 7 stages, and upstairs, in the bedroom stood 7 cots. Snow White was tired and hungry, a little bite to eat, and she lay down on one of the cots. At night, he returned to his cabin and saw the 7 dwarfs Snow White sleeping. She looked so cute that dwarfs decided not to wake her. The next morning, they listened carefully to the story of Snow White. "Stay with us. Here you will not offend anybody," advised the 7 dwarfs, going to work that morning. Snow White dwarves have always warned that she never opened the door. "Queen cunningly clever," they said, and so it was. "I learned from the queen magic mirror that Snow White is alive and well and that she lives in gnomes." Queen decided once and for all put an end to it. She dressed and went to the peasant forest hut. "Buy an apple," she offered Snow White. Apples looked so appetizing that Snow White could not resist and bought an apple. And apple was something poisoned. As soon as Snow White to bite him, immediately fell to the floor. They came home in the evening. Gnomes found lifeless Snow White and the thought that she was dead. "We mourned greatly, dwarfs, and could not decide to bury her. Make it crystal coffin. Put it Snow White and brought to the top of a high mountain." From the day one of the gnomes guarding her mind, many years have passed. It seemed that only Snow White is asleep. One day, a beautiful prince rode on horseback from the mountain and saw Snow White in a glass coffin. She was so charming, that prince at first sight in love with her. "Allow me to take her with him to the palace. I promise to protect her peace. I cannot live without it," he pleaded. Dwarfs, gnomes touched the heart and agreed to the request of Prince. Just picked up the royal servant's crystal coffin as Snow White fell out of his mouth a piece of poisoned apple and she woke up. Snow White and the prince saw immediately in love with him. Soon Snow White and the prince got married and lived happily ever after.